Hello and welcome. I'm Christopher from Learnry, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at some JavaScript timing events. So the window object of the document object model allows execution of a piece of code at specified time intervals, and these time intervals are called timing events. Let me quickly add that if you are wondering what the document object model is, I am going to be covering that particular topic in one of the upcoming videos. So the setTimeout event is basically used to execute a function after waiting for a specified number of milliseconds. And I would like to also add that this particular function is one of the internal JavaScript functions, which simply means that you don't have to create the function yourself. We just basically call it by the name of it, and we pass it the time we want it to wait before executing the code, and also the specific code that it should execute. So the next JavaScript timing event we are going to be taking a look at is the setInterval event. Now the setInterval event is almost the same as the setTimeout event, except that the setTimeout event would execute a function just once, but the setInterval event would normally execute a function over and over again. So now that we've seen these two JavaScript timing events, let's head over to our code editor and see how each of these work. Okay guys, so as always I have my Google Chrome browser opened on the left hand side, and on the right hand side I have my Visual Studio Code editor. So let's start off with the setTimeout event. So I'm going to say setTimeout, and we're going to have an opening and closing parenthesis. Now inside this opening and closing parenthesis, we are basically going to pass a function which is going to contain the piece of code that this setTimeout event is going to be executing. And on top of the function that we are going to pass to the setTimeout event, we're also going to pass a wait time in milliseconds. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to have a function, and this function is basically going to log to the console. So let's say console.log, and we are going to log, let's have hello world, and let's end this with a semicolon. And I'm going to put a comma here, and we're going to write our wait time in milliseconds. So I'm going to say 2000, and 2000 milliseconds is the same thing as 2 seconds. So when we save this, after 2 seconds, we are going to see hello world in the console, and boom, you can see we have hello world in there. And so what happened was that anytime we run the JavaScript file, our setTimeout function is going to call itself. And once it calls itself, it's going to check if there are any functions passed to it, and surely we have a function passed to it. Now inside the function we have a console.log, and it is supposed to log hello world in the console. Now it is supposed to execute this function that we pass to it after 2 seconds, or if you like after 2000 milliseconds. So if we change this to 3 and we save this, it means that the setTimeout event is going to wait for 3 seconds before executing the function. So let's save this, and we see 1, 2, and 3. So that is going to be all for the setTimeout event. Now let's take a look at the setInterval event. So I'm going to say setInterval, and I'm going to open and close parentheses. Now inside the opening and closing parentheses, we are also going to have a function that it is going to execute. So now inside this function, we are going to console.log, and we are going to log, let's say, hello world. So we are going to have hello world 2. Let's end this with a semicolon. Then after this function, we are going to pass the wait time. So we are going to have a comma, and we are going to pass in 2000 milliseconds. So before I run this, I'm simply going to comment this out, and let's save this. So what is going to happen is every 2 seconds we are going to have hello world 2. Hello world 2, you can see what is happening. So it's going to continue this way until I cancel the execution of the JavaScript file entirely. So I'm going to comment out this, and I'm going to save again, and now you can see our console has been cleared. So the difference between the setTimeout event and also the setInterval event is that As far as the setTimeout event is concerned, anytime we run the setTimeout, the piece of code that we pass to it is going to be run just once. But anytime we run our setInterval event, any piece of code that we pass to it is going to be run continuously. So that is going to be all for this video, and if you enjoy these videos that I create, I urge you to click on the subscribe button because it encourages me to create more of these kinds of videos. And if you have any comments at all about this video, do leave it in the comment section below. I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.